All right, let's be real for a second. Dating apps. I know we're all over them. Swipe, ghost, repeat. Honestly, I'd rather kick my toe against a doorstopper at this point. But I've stumbled across Field. And if you haven't heard of Field yet, then oh my God, are you in for a treat? I think I've found the app that the time wasters haven't found yet. Field isn't about chasing someone else. It's about figuring you out. You can literally change your sexuality, your interests, even your vibe as often as you want. And nobody cares. Actually, 62% of people do it in their first year. So if you're indecisive, perfect. You've got 20 plus gender and sexuality options. No ads clogging your screen and people who actually have honest bios. Imagine that. And it's not just dating either. You can find mates, new communities, even link up with your friends through the constellation feature. So if you're tired of doom scrolling and seeing the same people all over again, then Field's the app for you. You can download Field on the App Store or Google Play, or you can click the link that's in the description after you finish this episode. And maybe you will find people who get it. Kellie Finlayson, welcome to Sensory Overload. I think today we're going to come to our senses. You were diagnosed at 25.
48 hours later, I knew that it was stage 4. Told me that I had to go do palliative care.
People out there that say you're the AFL's version of Belle Gibson.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Phil.
Of course. How have you been? You're here in Sydney.
I am.
Finally, this has been a work in fucking progress.
A long time in the making. Completely. But you know what? We were always in different places at different times, and that's...
It was like crossover. I literally tried to book a whole studio in Adelaide just for you, just so I could get you.
We would have made the most of it.
No, literally. And then I didn't end up coming to Adelaide, and it's just been such a long ride. But I'm so glad that we're here and you've sat down with me today.
Same, darling, same.
Because you're just the most beautiful person ever.
And look at my hair.
And look at your hair. Like, your hair looks absolutely phenomenal. How have you been? What's going on?
Yeah.
Why are you in Sydney?
In Sydney, actually, for funnily enough, very on brand for me, a charity content day tomorrow.
Slay.
So helping a guy that I used to be an ambassador with at a different charity start his own, which will be really fun. Yeah.
Oh, what's the charity?
It's called 25 Stay Alive,
I love that
makes
name.
a whole lot of sense when we were both 25 or, you know, young 20s when we were diagnosed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So a little backstory for everybody else
Yeah.
listening. You're married to an AFL player.
Yes.
Who is he?
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Is my husband. Jer, we go with now after the summer I turned pretty. Everyone calls him Jez, but I'm Jer because Jer is hot as fuck on the summer I turned pretty. Yeah. He's Jeremy.
I'm not an AFL king.
No. You don't know the rules, but they're good to look at.
Yeah, literally. Love sleeping with them.
Yeah.
Don't actually know what they do. No idea.
They can kick a ball really well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They can do other things very well as well.
Oh.
I understand why you married one.
We're on the same page.
I'm gaming. But he's an AFL player. So you have been in the spotlight in this massive journey for such a long time.
Yeah.
You were diagnosed at 25 with, it's terminal cancer or stage 4?
Oh, stage 4 is
4 is
terminal. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's the same one that my mum had.
Yeah.
Kellie and I actually have the same manager.
Yeah.
We're on the same team.
We're on the same team in one way.
It was
not the other.
Wow.
I love you so
right.
much.
She's coming out here with the gay jokes.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Someone's going to do it.
That's kind of how like I met you, and I've just been so fascinated by your story and what has happened to you and what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Can you kind of give me like a backstory to who you were growing up, what you were like, what you loved doing? Like, I want to know you before.
Yeah.
the
How much time
diagnosis.
do we have?
We have all day, all night.
No, I grew up in Port Lincoln, so I normally say country town, but it's more of like a coastal town, fishing capital of the world.
Ooh.
Yeah, do have a weird seafood complex because of it. Like, won't eat fish unless my dad caught and prepared it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's
Yeah,
she's a
I'm like
princess.
that. I'll eat like calamari and stuff, but I won't eat fish unless it's
Okay,
been caught by
Ariel.
him. I know. I'm weird complex. Really, really normal. Pretty privileged, I would say, because I know some childhoods aren't as good as mine was. So it was a pretty privileged, normal, in quotation marks, life. Up until high school, I moved to Adelaide away from my family to get like further in that sporting aspect of things, because that's all you can do in country towns is play sport.
Which sport did you play?
A lot, everything that they offered, because there's nothing else to do. So I played at a pretty high level for basketball and netball, and then I stopped growing. You have to be kind of tall to play those sports.
Yeah.
So yeah, I obviously dropped out of that and pursued study instead. And then high school in Adelaide. And that's about it growing up.
I see where the athletic craze started.
Yeah, completely. I also went to Sacred Heart, which is...
And when you couldn't play, you found the ones that could.
Yeah. I went to Sacred Heart, which is a football school. So everyone that I went to school with, well, not everyone, but like a lot of them did play AFL, whether it was amateur level or like the highest level. I've got lots of friends that I went to school with that now play AFL against my husband, which is really fun. Like some of my best friends. But then also like I taught at the same school when I graduated. So now my students also play against my husband, which is also really fun.
Oh my God.
I'm so old.
Jeez, how old are you?
29.
No, you're not old.
I know, but that like saying that out loud makes me sound old.
No, you're young. You're so much.
I'm in my 20s. Until further notice.
Girl. That is.
I know. Young. It feels so weird being a teen mum.
Yeah, literally. So you went to uni?
I did.
And you studied?
I studied a Bachelor of Arts and Education. So like a double batch.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And did you, I don't know how it works. So I never went to university.
No, that's okay.
But what career did you go into?
Teaching. I was a teacher for like maybe the first 3 years after my degree, and then COVID happened and shit went south anyway. But like also then I was pregnant and then I was diagnosed. So like, I've only been in the classroom like 3 or 4 times since getting pregnant.
Oh, do you miss it at all?
Yeah, like I went back this year just for 1 day because I realized how hard it is. But I also love the work that I do now. So like I know that I can fall back on that and it's always going to be there. Whereas our work and then also my work in speaking as well isn't going to be there forever. I'm not going to be relevant forever, you know?
Exactly.
My voice is always like there, but
but your legacy lives on and that's
completely,
that's what you build and what you are building. But you've just written a book.
Yes.
Your book, There Must Be More.
Yes.
And that's kind of the journey that you've been on in this last, well, I mean, I suppose a lot of it would have been the last 29 years, but since your diagnosis and everything that's happened. For those that don't know, Kellie has been through the most insane journey with cancer. I want to like dive deep into it because obviously we've had these conversations. My mum passed away from cancer and even our conversations that we have just inspire me so much and just what you go through every day. It's just mind-blowing to me and how you get up every day, you have a daughter and you do this shit. Like,
that's my favorite word.
You just keep doing shit over and over again.
Yeah.
You were diagnosed at 25. What was the original diagnosis?
So it wasn't staged originally. It was kind of just this is what cancer looks like and you'll see the surgeon the next day. Then you do all of the scans, which I'm sure you're aware of. You do the PET, the CT, like all of them, the ultrasounds, the MRI, like every single scan, every single blood test. And then for the biopsy, they just waited until the first surgery was going to happen. But the first scan showed up that it was, in my lymph nodes and further, which then stages you at that stage 4. So within I think it was about 48 hours. So 2 days, maybe if it was a 3 p.m. appointment, like 2 days later, 48 hours later, I knew that it was stage 4. Now, I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
I was incredibly lucky that one of my best friends from school is like really medically inclined. So she actually just looked at the photo from my colonoscopy, which is how you get diagnosed with bowel cancer. The only way you can get diagnosed.
Right, and that's up the bum.
That's a camera up the bum. Yeah. So there's a colonoscopy and an endoscopy.
I hope people understand our humor as well.
Oh yeah, I talk about poo and bums and it's fine. And you like poo and bums, so it's fine.
Wow.
But anyway, so there's a colonoscopy and an endoscopy, but they didn't even have to do the endoscopy, which would go through your throat, and down like your entire, I don't know, stomach and out, whatever. However, your food goes from here to there, essentially. But they didn't have to do that because they couldn't get the colonoscopy camera anywhere. So my friend took home the piece of paper with me, or met me at the house, at our house. Jeremy didn't know what to do because I was a mute, and he just rang anyone that he knew. That because we'd only just moved home to South Australia. He didn't know anyone. So he just rang the people that he did know and kind of like sprung it on them. They had to come.
Yeah.
And she looked at the piece of paper and she's like, oh, and she rang my mum and she's like, it's not good. Like she could tell just by the imagery that it was going to be at least stage 3 or more. So having her at every appointment was a godsend because I understood none of it.
Yeah, it's so literally advanced and
completely.
Trying to even understand it. You're like,
yeah, like I don't
reading
have a
those
degree.
reports. You're trying to literally. You got the dictionary reading every bloody word, like and what it means.
Like, and ChatGPT wasn't around. I couldn't put it in.
Right.
I could not be like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
It couldn't. And if I did, it'd probably be like Google and tell me that I was dying. So probably shouldn't. And probably a good thing that I didn't do that. But yeah, it was so crazy. Like just having this photo, and that was kind of all I had to go off of. But you know, from the first diagnosis to literally like, I think 11 days, which is less than 2 weeks, which is wild to me. 11 days later, I was having a stoma put on my stomach. Like that is so quick.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what a stoma was. Like I had no time, which is a good thing, trust me.
What is a stoma?
Yeah. So essentially it's your bowel gets like split, like cut open and sewn to your stomach.
Right.
And you get a bag and that's where you go to the toilet. Yeah, so I had that for like 9 months. Yeah, no one would know because no one's seen it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but like in terms of like the, I guess, whiplash of it all, like you don't have time to learn anyway. So yeah, it was wild.
I guess you just have to roll with it.
Yeah, well, genuinely. Like, yeah, seriously. Like I went like the surgeon meeting 24 hours after I'd been diagnosed, well, told that I have cancer, not diagnosed, but told I have cancer or cancerous activity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 24 hours later, the surgeon's meeting, he was like, and you'll have a stoma. And I looked around the room, I was like, what's that? And I'm really intelligent. Like I genuinely have like great social and book sense. Like I'm really intelligent, but I was like, I have no idea what this man's talking about. No idea. And he's like, well, don't Google it. Because my God, they look bad on Google.
Oh, fuck.
I know.
That's scary. Like,
well, I didn't Google it.
Thank God. Like
until I had my own. But yeah, I didn't. And like, thank God, yeah, because the ones on Google look nothing like mine. Mine was perfect.
Oh my God. Well, what is like, I guess the first signs that you found to get tested?
Yeah. So I genuinely have just launched a workshop or a keynote about this recently, about knowing your normal, because I did know my normal and I did fight for an answer.
Yeah.
For quite literally 7 years prior to my diagnosis. I had no idea what it was, obviously. I didn't know until I knew.
Yeah.
But for 7 years, I was dismissed. Like I had literal blood in one of those stool sample tests. Like not even the cute little paintbrush ones that they get now, like a proper stool sample test. I could see the blood, which is normally microscopic. Yeah. And I was still just like sent away. It was like, you're too young, fit and healthy. Like you're fine. Yeah, right. I was like, I don't feel fine.
Yeah.
And like that was like, I did get a colonoscopy referral from that because I was like, no, it's not normal. But it was COVID, so I didn't get that colonoscopy anyway. Yeah. But the dismissal from literally any GP, even naturopaths at some stages were just ongoing, constant.
Oh, I bet. And then I guess even putting in a stoma into your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not only such an inconvenience and changing your lifestyle.
Completely.
It's a Band-Aid. It's not even an answer.
Well, the stoma did come after the diagnosis. Yeah. Like that didn't happen until then. Yeah, had I guess not been found, that probably would have been something that I would have had to do. But yeah, like in the 7 years leading up to the diagnosis, I was literally like almost 40 kilograms in my early 20s. Like people, and I had really, really good friends. Like luckily they would confront me about like eating disorders and this and that. And I'm like, I wish that that's what it was, because I don't know why I'm so skinny. And like, don't get me wrong, some days I take a photo, I'll be like, fuck, I'm hot. Like it's what we're all like programmed to think, right? Yeah. Like if you look, it's like what the runway models look like. So like it wasn't doing me any justice thinking that way, but like that's just honestly how it was. But I could put back a burger better than my boyfriend at the time. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't have that eating disorder, but that was just one symptom of what my body was trying to tell me, that there's something wrong. That was just one symptom. Like I had so many. Like I had iron deficiencies, I had chronic fatigue, I had all of these things, but there was always an answer. And I think that everybody that goes to the doctor and they're like, fuck, do I have cancer? Like, I didn't even think that once. Over anything. And
It's so true though. Like
Yeah.
it's so viable that could be a possibility, and
Yeah.
you need to take your health so seriously.
Well, that's the thing. And if you don't take yourself seriously and your own health seriously, then you can't expect your doctor to take you
No.
seriously. And I get it. You're even in your early 20s, you don't want that to be the answer, especially if you've never been touched by it, you don't know about it.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to push for that. No one wants to push for that.
No.
But if you don't take it seriously, then they never will.
That's absolutely like heartbreaking that you.
Yeah, I know, it's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, not to be like really morbid, but
Yeah.
when you do get a diagnosis, so even any of your family members that get a diagnosis, even like when you get in a car crash, you always have that playing in your head. What if I just didn't make that turn?
Yeah.
Or I just got that test, or if I just did that sooner, this could have been so different.
Yeah, genuinely, that's early detection saves lives. But I guess that's why I do what I do now.
Absolutely. And you now are in this whole journey. You're an author.
Yeah.
You're an advocate.
Yeah.
Doing absolute amazing things while being a mum and dealing with cancer. I don't know how you fucking
in active treatment, which is
in active treatment.
Yeah, which is probably the hardest thing for people to come to terms with, because like I don't look like a sick person. Like I do a lot. Like I do a lot. I still manage to get Sophia to every dance practice and concert and every other sport that she bloody does. She's an expensive kid, let me tell you. But like I managed to do absolutely everything, but it's because it's been 4 years. So it's like I'm not at the start. I know what I'm doing now. It's just like living with any other chronic illness now.
How old was Sophia when you got diagnosed?
1 day off being 3 months. So not even 3 months old.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
So you went through that whole pregnancy.
Yeah. So like you think of all the scans and the blood tests that you do when you're pregnant, nothing picks it up because the only way you can get diagnosed is a colonoscopy.
Right.
Yeah. Or a biopsy, obviously, would come
God.
back with cancerous cells. But you're not getting a biopsy if you don't have something wrong.
Yeah. I want to dive a little bit deeper into the actual diagnosis really quick. The cancer in the bowel, is it inactive cells or is it tumors?
In my bowel now.
Yeah.
So I have nothing in my bowel anymore.
Nothing.
So it metastasized, hence being stage 5. Stage 4, stage 5. There's
Stage
none.
5.
There's not a stage 5.
That's called death.
I'll go join the angels. Stage.
My mum will be there.
Yeah, I'll meet her there. No, so it metastasized.
Yeah.
Which is why it's stage 4. But I had the bowel, like the tumor in the bowel, removed, and the met that was in and now spread in my lungs. The met that was in my lungs at the time, they didn't think it was cancerous. They thought it might have just been an infection in the scan because it wasn't like the way that cancer would traditionally move. Like normally they move in pathways, whereas this looks like it would have like wrapped around my spine and got up there. So like it just didn't make sense for that to be cancerous. So it just got left.
Right.
Like, and that's one of the ones that, you know how like you said, like in hindsight, you're like, what could have I done better? I wish that I pushed for them to biopsy that. Like I wish that I did, but I didn't know that that's how it worked. Like if I got diagnosed tomorrow, I would push for all of these things.
Yeah. And I guess now that gives you the platform to educate people. It's just like same when you go through anything as an adult, you never know what to do until you go through it.
Which is so fucking frustrating.
Which is so frustrating.
Yeah.
Like even when I planned my mum's funeral, I don't know where the fuck to start. Like, like where do you even start with that? And I think I'm so proud of you for educating people and taking that initiative on, because so many people are so scared to do that, and it's so easy just to slip into fuck. Like I just can't be bothered.
Why me?
Why? Yeah, exactly. Why me?
Yeah, but at the same time, like we know that your mum's passed from what I'm essentially going through. Obviously, very different, but at the same time, very similar.
Yeah.
I guess she's one of the people. Like, obviously, I know you. I've never met her, but she's one of the people that I do it for. Like, it's the people that have lost their voices or the people that are too scared to use theirs.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's just you're doing God's work. like
get paid more. Some days, you know what? I like side story, but I got an award not long ago, like local hero, whatever it was. But when they announced it, they were like, not everyone that saves lives wears a white coat and is really good with a knife. Like not everyone's a 20 years trained surgeon. Like some people can simply just speak. Like how cool is it that I can do almost as much as a surgeon can by preventing them getting there in the first place?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that you are helping people do that and give them that voice
Yeah.
and planning that, although that's such an amazing thing, you have to also look after yourself.
Mm.
And that's the hard thing. And I think a lot of people don't realize when you are going through cancer, there's a lot of planning for things that might happen. And this is going to get really dark. And I don't want to make it as deep and meaningful as possible. But how have you essentially planned the inevitable having a daughter?
Yeah. So at the beginning, I was told potentially weekly, which is frequently when, you know, you're so consumed by something else. I was encouraged almost, encouraged to like make, you know, notes for their 10th birthday, 21st birthday, wedding day, all of these things, which is really quite sentimental and really a great idea.
But so daunting.
But I also never got a prognosis. So I never got told like you've got 12 months. I never got told you've got 5 years. I never got told any of these things because the statistics are based on, you know, that 50 to 75-year-old person. And obviously I don't fit that bracket. There wasn't any statistics or anyone that could tell me my prognosis because they genuinely didn't have the facts to give me that.
Yeah.
And I also felt like I was admitting defeat if I did that. Like I literally had a phone call from my life insurance company and they were like, hey, just letting you know, like if you email through this, you're eligible for your life insurance. I was like, hello, it's me. Like I'm alive. Hello. And they're like, yeah, no, we know. Like, but like you're already 12 months past, you know, your death sentence essentially. Like you are eligible. I was like, that's a really big chunk of money. But also I feel like I'm admitting defeat. Like planning, well, in the initial stages, there was none. Like I was living 2 days at a time to then 12-week blocks because that was between my scans. And like I always had really, really short blocks of, I guess, future that I could see, which is really scary and dark. And I don't know why, but I completely blocked out anything that was, I guess, important to me, including like, shit, what's Sophia going to do if I do pass away? But at the same time, I never felt like I would. I got to January, 14 months past my initial diagnosis, and I'd been NED, which is no evidence of disease. I mean, they didn't think that met in my lung was disease, so I was no evidence of disease. And then I relapsed, and the oncologist at the time told me that I had to go do palliative care. Right. Told me basically, go home, get comfy, we'll give you some morphine. Jeremy being really good at football, not very good with books, he literally had to ask me, what does that mean in the car on the way home? And I was like, oh, you are about to see so many things that you don't want to see in your brain. And I didn't want to tell him, but obviously it has to come from me, right? So I told him what palliative care meant, and I told him like, obviously that's not an option for me. But that was the first time he saw his life without me. He was like, holy shit, even this oncologist thinks like she's done now. Yeah. I got a new oncologist within like 24 hours of that conversation. Jeremy broke down for, you know, the 12th time of this entire journey. I never saw it, maybe once or twice, but I never really saw him break down. He was always like, you know, the big macho footballer. Yeah.
But he, I guess, like wants to be strong for you.
Well, yeah, and also I never broke down in front of them either. Yeah. Like we were protecting each other by protecting the space, I guess. But yeah, that was probably the only time, and that lasted 24 hours, other than the first day of chemo when I didn't think I'd wake up. That first day of chemo, and then that the palliative care conversation, they're probably the only 2 times in the last 4 years that I've considered not being here. Yeah. And not by choice, obviously, but they're the only 2 times that have actually been like, oh, like life does end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a scary thing to face.
Yeah, completely. And like, I know that obviously I'm still only 29 and I've got a 4-year-old, and she's got a lot of life to live probably without me, but that's just life. You know, everyone does die. I might just go a few years earlier than others. She probably will see things that I don't see in years that I don't see, but that's okay. Like at least she'll be resilient. She'll know who her mum is, because I'm going to make sure I'm around long enough for her to understand. Yeah. And she's got I've done so much work that she's got so many things to look back on if that were to happen, to know that I did it for her.
Absolutely. And how does that conversation go with a 4-year-old?
Yeah, so she knows mummy's sick.
Yeah.
She knows it's cancer, but she doesn't know what cancer is.
Yeah.
She knows that my special button.
I'm 22 and gone through it myself and still I don't understand fully what cancer is either.
Yeah. Yeah. Or does anyone? The doctors don't because others would fix it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
no one understands.
No one knows what it looks like, how it shows up. Like,
yeah.
That's why I was asking about cells dying or like tumors, which is, that's what I get so confused is if tumors are like lumped cells that are just dead.
So the tumors are, so if you're diagnosed with cancer, it's active.
Yeah.
If you can still have cancerous cells that are inactive. So I've got plenty of them in my lungs. Like I've got a lot of inactive disease.
Yeah.
But I've got like 1 or 2 that are active. So that means that I'm, living with it and having to treat it every day. Chemo kills cells.
Yeah.
Chemo makes them inactive.
Yeah. So,
do you know what I mean?
There's so many, I guess, systematic things that just
crazy.
You've got to try and piece together. So I can't imagine how a 4-year-old.
Yeah. So she knows that my port, which is like my vein, because my veins don't work anymore. My portacath. She knows that that's my special button. That's what she calls it. And when that's got, the little white patch you get when you've had a needle, well, I get that on there. And she knows that when that's there, that mummy's sick. So some days I leave it on a little bit longer than I probably need to. But it just means that she if she's demanding something, she'll see that and she'll be like, oh, I'll ask daddy. Whereas I'm pretty proud, I'm pretty strong-headed as well in terms of if she does ask me for something and if I'm feeling a bit shit, if it's 2 days after chemo, I don't have an excuse anymore. I need to get up and do that for her because, how long do I have to be her mum anyway? She knows, obviously that I'm in the hospital a lot. She's actually the most resilient little child. It makes me so proud that I've instilled this in her already. But, someone will go have a surgery or have a surgery planned and they'll be, shitting it. It's scary going to have a surgery, especially if you don't do it all the time. It is quite confronting. But she'll be like, it's okay. You'll be fine. Doctors are so clever. You get a really good custard at the end. And when you come home, no one touches you for 3 days. And I'm like, I did that. So she does understand, but she doesn't know that cancer's obviously what it is.
Yeah. 4-year-old.
Yeah.
It's such a mass. They can't even understand numbers just yet.
Oh, don't be so sure. She's writing birthday cards, my girl. Yeah.
Oh my God.
She is.
We got an academic on our hands.
Honestly, might not be very good at kicking the ball. Has a brain.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah. No, she's doing well for age.
Is there anything that you have put in place to protect her future?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Your family, I guess.
Yeah. So literally within a couple of months, maybe after I'd come out of the fog of everything. I had had the will and the, the executor and everything like that sorted. So if any decisions need to be made about turning machines off, that's my brother. Because Jeremy would fucking leave them on and leave me to sit and rot in the bed. Whereas my brother would make the conscious decision to be like, her brain's dead. Do you know what I mean? Let's go. And the family trust and all of that sort of stuff. Financially, we don't want any of my banks to be stuck with the government. Do you know what I mean? Don't want anyone to have to fight to get what's rightly ours.
It's so even that in itself,
it's crazy, isn't it?
Even comparing, a will to super and super law, they're two different things. Completely is, and if you don't have binding beneficiaries, I found that out through the hard way.
And then you pay just as much for the lawyer as what's in the super anyway. Yeah, it's crazy.
Exactly, and I think if anybody is going through it, where should they start?
Yeah, find a family lawyer. My mum has businesses, so she has a really good one already that can do all of the things. So I just jumped on her train basically, but it's just even if you're not sick, it's such an important thing. And another thing that I really recommend, which is expensive, and I know this day and age is expensive, but life insurance. Yeah. Because some people don't have it. I lost a friend not that long ago and she didn't have life insurance. She got her family got her super to pay for the funeral and that's all they got. It's just not worth not having. I wish I had a better one, to be honest. Not for my sake, but for Sophia's sake. Losing a parent is massive in terms of socially, mentally, even cognitively, part of your brain doesn't develop, especially at that age. the nurturing side will
absolutely.
be less. Obviously, she's got so many people that can do that, but like it is a big thing. But then financially as well, like that's a whole income that's gone. Like it's just, it's just worth having.
It's so important, and I
Yeah,
couldn't preface that enough to anybody
completely.
starting this journey or is going through this journey. But I think like also one of the biggest things now that you're so prominent on social media is like dealing with the backlash and dealing with the nasty comments.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know how anybody has anything nasty to say about someone who's
No, but see, I get
going through
it.
so much.
I do get it, because looking at me right now, like there's nothing wrong with me, right? Appearance wise, I look incredibly healthy. I look like I do it all. I post about all of the stuff that I do. I have a parent. I do everything that I was doing before, if not more. Like I do get it. Like how could I possibly be sick? In the movies, you get cancer, you lose your hair, and you die.
Well, exactly.
Right?
But I don't think you should ever have to make yourself look apart.
Oh no, completely.
Just because you have a diagnosis.
There is no image that defines a chronic illness. There isn't, but I get it, because that's what we've been fed. And if you haven't been touched by it, you don't know that there's different scenarios. You don't know that you don't have to become frail. You don't have to lose your hair all the time. Sometimes you do. You don't have to, be hooked up to a machine 24/7. There is other ways around it. There is other, medicines. There are more advancements now. Like it's what we've been fed. And unfortunately, there's people that have lied and faked about it more than once. There's been more than just one person that we all know and hate.
I mean, when we did our research, there's people out there that say you're the AFL's version of Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. It's like I rode on my husband's coattail to get enough recognition to then fake having cancer to then make a dime. Mate, I haven't made enough if that's the case, because I haven't had energy, because I've been sick.
But I think this is obviously your chance now to educate people. How do you go through chemo? And I mean, your hair looks absolutely amazing. It's astounding.
Thank you.
How do you keep it, or what are you doing to keep it?
Yeah, so
brief hair care.
It's a wig. I have had a wig before actually, and it looked exactly the same. So like wouldn't put it past people thinking it is fake, like the rest of me. No, originally I got really, really sick, like genuinely. I've done a few bouts of different chemotherapies that originally I got really, really sick, but I did that treatment because I didn't want to lose my hair. And on that one, you didn't lose your hair. Yeah. So I jumped literally straight into it. It took my fertility, but it didn't take my hair.
Yeah.
And fertility is invisible. So I didn't care, because I did care, but looking from like me looking in the mirror and seeing, a reasonable resemblance to who I was prior to the diagnosis is the reason that I'm still here. Being able to show up and still look like Kellie and not like the sick person really helped me get through. Now after the relapse, because that first cancer made me incredibly sick. I was hospitalized every single time. Like I said, the first time I didn't think I'd wake up because I had nothing to compare it to. I was so incredibly sick that I was like, I didn't sleep. Literally, I tried so hard not to sleep. As the fear of if I did that my eyes wouldn't open again. Yeah. So I obviously didn't go back onto that treatment. I chose another one. It meant that I would lose my hair, but I now wanted to savor any, I guess, chance of fertility in this second time. I did have that, that little chance that things might come back if I ever got off chemo. So I chose the one that I'd lose my hair. I looked really sick. I was really skinny. I had no hair. I wore wigs. I looked great when I wore a wig, but that treatment did really affect me. But now that I am so incredibly stable and I got a new oncologist that understands that my quality of life is really important to me, because, there's living with cancer or there's actually living. Like there's genuinely no point me doing treatment if I'm laying in bed sick. Like that's not being a person. Like I'd rather have the stability of a quality life and a lower dose of chemo that still keeps me stable but doesn't, I guess, fight it as aggressively. Yeah. And it means that I get to do everything that I do now. So it was, finding an oncologist and also, having a stable enough disease, like it's quite a small amount now. So it's stable enough for me to, just do this, I guess, maintenance chemotherapy and surgeries whenever I can and radio whenever, it's able. But the thing with that is the tumours need to be a certain size. Mine are, all less than a centimetre big. So they're really, really, really small.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're measuring in millimetres. So there's nothing else that we can do other than this chemo. But at the same time, this chemo keeps me so stable. It does. Like I do get sick. I get like random treatment periods. So I do 3 weekly periods of an infusion and then daily chemotherapy tablets twice a day. And like in the morning before I make sure that I vomit before I take my chemo, because otherwise it's, not having the chemo if I take it first. You know what I mean? Like it won't go into my system.
So you have to fully vomit.
Like if I'm not feeling well, I'll make sure that I do before I take it. Just like even if it means that I eat something, can drink water or whatever, and just like take my chemo later if I'm feeling nauseous. But some days I don't actually have to spew. But, it's been 14 months on this exact treatment now. So 3 weekly infusion, daily chemotherapy. It's been 14 months of that. So obviously it's taken its toll. I'm getting like frail fingernails and like the palms of my hands and the soles of my feet are starting to get like affected by it. My sight is getting affected by it. My brain damage is wild. I have absolutely no filter anymore, which I actually get to blame on
That's
chemo.
such a blame.
I actually have a medical reason for it now. I used to just be a mole. Yeah, so obviously it's taking its toll, but at the same time, like it means that I get to do what I do.
Absolutely. And I guess you're just weighing up
exactly
your standard of living.
Genuinely, it's like weighing up life or death.
Well, exactly.
That's your choices.
Which is
like I could go off it completely and do the watch and wait thing, but then also when you do watch and wait, it goes really, really fast. Like I'm not silly.
Yeah. It's the biggest gamble you can
completely
ever take in life.
Yeah.
I guess now you're on that different chemo. This one doesn't affect your fertility.
I've got no fertility.
Sorry.
I've gone through menopause.
You have.
I've done it. Perimenopause 2 years ago and I'm done.
Yeah, right. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
Right.
That's okay. Do you know what? I haven't had a period since I got pregnant.
Really?
Which is like, considering I don't have my fertility, thank fuck I don't have a period either.
Yeah.
Because some people don't go through menopause. Some people just get the like low AMH or whatever it's called. And like they just have shit ovaries. You can still get a period from that. Like thank God that's gone too.
Right. So that the first round of chemo that you did that affected the fertility.
Yeah.
Took it.
Yeah. So I did 5 weeks of radiotherapy and chemo tablets, the same ones I'm on now to start with. And that was enough to do it.
Right.
Normally they would, after the radio, try again.
Yeah. And I guess you also speak about in your book, expanding your family, how you do that with a terminal cancer and no fertility.
Yeah.
You speak about going through surrogacy. How are you finding that journey in Australia? Because I know the Australian laws don't make it easy.
No, they don't. And the law is significantly around money. It's about being paid to do so because it's unethical and, they've got their reasons.
Yeah.
Now I tried everything. I did all the needles. I did all of the tests. We tried to buy eggs from overseas. Like we did all of these things and spent stupid amount of money to fall basically short. We tried adoption, but I've got a big red cross next to my name. We tried fostering.
What's the big red cross? Because you
could die. Yeah.
could die,
but I've got a child that could be the sibling. But anyway, it's all just, and I understand it. Like if I were to have a baby and then I gave it to a family without like that I thought would, love and bring this baby up and then the mum was already sick. Like that's not the life that I would want to give my baby to. Do you know what I mean? I get it. I do understand it. But at the same time, it's something that we so desperately wanted. So everything just felt like kind of a knockback. We tried.
I can imagine those hurdles when you like, fuck. Like,
yeah.
I can't adopt.
Yeah. Can't foster.
Ovaries are done for.
Can't do anything. Nothing's working. And then you go log into the surrogacy stuff and like I'd researched for years. And like everyone's like, it's too hard, it's too hard, it's too hard, it's too hard. And I'm like, why am I really going to put myself in here if, I'm just going to fall at another hurdle, which was probably the hardest part, especially the fertility stuff. Like I talk about losing other things like, bowel movement control and shit like that. Like I do talk about that, but at the same time, it didn't affect me mentally. Like I didn't care. Like what's someone going to do? Laugh at me if I shit myself? That's on them. Like that's not on me. Do you know what I mean? Like that didn't affect me. Like But knowing, and Sophia,
Only hot girls shit themselves.
genuinely,
Yeah.
only hot girls used to poo through their stomach.
Yeah.
I don't anymore. I'm really good at it. But no, like even just this morning, I looked back, like the year ago on Snapchat and stuff, and Sophia was like, I want a baby Domo, which is like her little friend who's a boy. I want a baby Domo, like a little baby. And like her always asking for a sibling cut, like genuinely, like it cut me so deep. So we just went on the surrogacy Facebook page, and I got so incredibly lucky. When I tell you that the person that stepped forward without me even going to her, like it was just such.
And this is on the Facebook page?
Well, I was on the Facebook page and I saw she'd just done a post in there about wanting to be a surrogate. And then I was like, I know that name so well. I used to play netball with her sister.
Oh my God, small world.
So small. And has a 10-year-old, at the time 10-year-old daughter, who is genuinely Sophia's twin. And her partner passed away and her dad lost his life to cancer. So it was so immediate, the connection, like everything that she wanted, the pregnancy, because she was a teenager when she had her daughter. Yeah. She wanted the pregnancy that she never got to have. She wanted the comfort. She wanted the support. She wanted all of these things that we could give to her, but she could also give us so much. She was willing to be a surrogate with, we call it the oven, so having the baby, but also her egg. So she would be the biological mum and Jeremy would be the biological dad.
Yeah.
But then obviously you'd do the stuff and it would be Jeremy and I in law.
Yeah, because you have to adopt the child off the surrogate.
Well, sort of, but no, because we already had an agreement, a surrogacy agreement beforehand. So it'd just be a parentage order. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, kind of, but like it's just a different word for it.
Yeah.
So she came forward and everything just seemed too good to be true. And obviously it has turned out too big, too good to be true, because in December, after 7 failed transfers, we called it quits. Like it was just every month I would track her cycle more than I've ever tracked anything in my life. Like I would do, like we've got all of the naturopaths, like literally everything you could possibly do to get pregnant. And every single time that it would be either negative or like a false pregnancy, like a early miscarriage, it would just break me. So we just had to stop. Like it literally wasn't worth it financially, but also like mentally. I was destroyed.
And especially you tracking someone else's fertility.
And like she's a country gal. Like country gals just don't give a fuck, to be fair. Like like nothing against her. Like we just so blasé, like go with the wind, like live 5 minutes from everything. Like it's just what we like back there. Like so like I was just so pedantic because it was all I'd ever wanted, obviously, was to expand our family. And when it didn't work that last time, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah.
So where is your head at now on that surrogacy journey?
Yeah. So it's been 9 months and I've just been denied twice by two different fostering agencies. And I'm just like, you guys have no idea what you're not giving to someone. Like even not just me, like Jeremy is such an incredible dad. Like I don't say that lightly because I've seen people say, oh, he's so like about their partners, he's so hands-on, like he does so many things. But then like, I'm like, well, where are they from 7 till 7? Because why aren't they helping you? Like, why are you so tired? Do you know what I mean? Like great that when he's there and he's got the kids that he's hands-on, but like, I'm like, but why are you so tired? Whereas I just I genuinely don't have that. Like, okay, I do some traditional roles of like cooking and cleaning and stuff like that, but that's the things I enjoy. Whereas it'll hit 6:30 and Jeremy's straight up to take Soph to have a shower and put her to bed. Like I don't even have to ask. Like he's genuinely such a good dad. Like that girl idolizes him. Yeah. Like genuinely. Like they're road tripping at the moment. Oh. So close. So he would be,
God bless him,
literally the most, like he would do so much and he wanted to extend the family so badly. But yeah, like he could do it on his own. I just wouldn't be allowed to be on anything.
Really?
Yeah, single parents can do it.
Right.
Because that would be constant. It'd be constant. It'd be, that's all they've ever had, whereas they haven't had to go through grief. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, which I do get it. I do understand it, but at the same time, it's just so frustrating. Like he could go get someone pregnant and say, I'll keep the baby if you have it. Yeah. And it would be his and mine. He could do that.
100%.
And that's not illegal, but we can't do it any other way.
Well, and I think like this is where it's so hard. They have all these regulations, but everything is so individual. Like
Yeah.
your circumstances are so different to
So different, yeah.
anybody else's.
Yeah.
What are the other options? Is there?
There isn't any.
There's none.
There's just give Sophia the best life that she possibly can.
Yeah. Are you able to go overseas at all?
Yeah.
And
travel and do whatever I want, yeah.
but with the not with you, like with the surrogacy,
Oh,
like to America. 'Cause I know a
we
lot of
definitely
people-
could, but we've already spent like close to $200,000.
Yeah.
So it could just not work. We've had
Yeah.
7 failed. Like
Yeah.
it could just not work again. And that's, you know, 60,000 US each
crazy.
time. Each time.
It's absolutely
Like
insane.
we've spent, you know, 200K AUD
Mm.
almost. And that's not even paying anyone to do it.
Yeah,
Like that's how expensive it is.
we had family friends do it over in America,
Mm.
and
like hats off to them. People save.
well, there's
for that.
cost. I think it was like something like 260,000
Yeah.
USD.
Yeah.
USD, like
yeah.
crazy.
No one has that sitting around.
No.
No. People
Nobody.
take loans out to do that.
Yeah.
Whereas I could put 260 USD into Sophia.
Yeah.
I could, like, we've bought her a beautiful house with the backyard of her dreams.
Mhm.
Like, we take her to see the world. Like, I would, at this stage, and like, don't
Mhm.
get me wrong, it was something that I longed for and I tried so hard to get. But at this stage, I'd rather just have time for her. Yeah.
it would-
If you asked me in December, honestly, I'd be sitting here bawling my eyes out. But like, I've come to
I
terms
can-
with it, like
yeah,
everything else.
and I can imagine.
If we weren't in the public eye, it would be so easy because there would be no questions. It could be, we could do it however we wanted to do it. Like, yeah, it would be so easy. But knowing how many questions we'd get and, you know, how many people would be involved, we can't even go around anything. Like, we just can't.
It's fucking crazy.
Mm.
It makes me so upset for
You
you.
just need to have a girlfriend for a little period, doll.
Yeah, I need to start pumping.
Do you know how easy it is for lesbians? They've got 2 options.
You right, bro? One of my
And anyone can father that.
one of my old managers used a turkey baster and one of her mates and put it in herself and
Yeah. Baby.
had 2 babies.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that happens all the time in the US, actually. I mean, it probably happens here too, just no one talks about it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. They talk about it over there.
Clearly. But everything you've been through is something that I don't think any people, I can't even explain that in words on the shit you're fucking been through. And you've written your book.
Mm.
Now, in There Must Be More, I want you to dive into this book because I've never read a book.
Did you read mine?
I got ChatGPT too.
You are.
I can't read. Like I can read, but I will read like 3 pages and about what the fuck did I just read? I need to
You
listen to audio.
forget.
Yeah, I do forget.
Yeah. Jeremy hasn't read it either, don't worry. He can't. He blames trauma, which, like, okay, I get it. But also he just can't read.
Yeah, like if I'm on some dexamphetamine, I probably could read the whole book in 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, we could get you some.
We can get it. But what was the idea of writing this book and what was the message you wanted to put out there?
Yeah, so it took me a really long time to agree to write it.
Did someone come to you?
Yeah, I had a few different options, which was good, but it wasn't until I found and had, I guess, heard highly of my wordsmith, Ali, who
Wordsmith?
she made everything make so much sense.
Right. So is that somebody that like
helps write it
helps write it and like configures it?
completely? Yeah. So like
a locksmith, but a wordsmith.
So different, just with Smith in it. But so once I heard and like heard highly about her, that I was like, yeah, no worries, let's do this. And we actually wrote it in like 5 months, which is, it's really quick. And I now know that she's just written another one. I think it's been talked about already. Chloe Fisher. She just wrote her book in less time than that. I was like, girl, you are incredible.
So do you tell them the story and they kind of piece it together to make sense?
So the way that her and I did it was I spoke for like, I want to say 6 days straight. Like just spoke consistently, and she'd write like 3 chapters. But I can't speak about emotions. Like I just can't do it because I've programmed myself for, you know, so many years now to not
disassociate.
Well, yeah, just
yeah.
You know, make other people feel more comfortable. I definitely harp on about having uncomfortable conversations, but I'd prefer not to make you feel sorry for me. So I'm really not good at speaking emotion. So everything that she'd write, I'd have to write the emotion into it. So she'd text me and she'd be like, you know, page 17, halfway down, like, you've got a whole chunk of emotion that needs to go in here. Like, I don't know how you felt then because you can't tell me. And like, yeah, it's just a response, I guess. A trauma response is I laugh about things. And she's like, you were laughing when you told me that you thought you weren't going to wake up. So I don't think that's how you're feeling. Can you write about it? Yeah. And then, yeah. Anyway, so.
That's just something you never think about either. Like,
yeah.
Now your trauma responses and the way you actually deal with your emotions is
it's funny.
So different.
It's so funny. Like, I have people that go through hardships and I'm like, oh, damn, wish it wasn't like, that sucks so bad. Yeah. Like, I don't know how to be serious in that, in health.
Yeah, I understand.
I
completely understand that.
Yeah. But I guess the reason why I finally agreed is because I had started speaking more about it. I started, I guess, owning that it had happened to me. I'd come to terms with it myself. And I also had so many things that I wasn't telling anyone. So my mum, who was literally my rock and still is, knew nothing of what we were going through. Nobody knew that I was going through the infertility. No one knew I was going through surrogacy stuff. My best friend had 2 fucking babies before I told her that I was going through the surrogacy stuff. I was on my way to her house to say that we were pregnant through surrogacy when I found out that it didn't work, you know, and she had no idea. And I got to her house and I was crying about her daughter being Soph's good friend. She's like,
well, no other people are calling you Belle Gibson, babe, because you're not showing it. You're not telling them.
She's like, you need to go home. I was like, yeah. And she had no idea. And then obviously it was knowing that the words were going to be published, I needed to tell everyone first. So that was, I guess, a push for me to tell the people closest to me what I was going through. Like, even if it wasn't to do with fertility, if it was to do with, like, you know, me being scared about waking up and stuff like that, like, the things that they didn't know, I needed to tell them so that, one, they could understand why I was such an absolute asshole sometimes. And, like, seriously, as soon as I told them, they'd be like, oh my God, I remember the day that you, do you know what I mean? Like, they remembered everything. But also, like, 2, so that they could kind of comfort me in a way that I needed.
Yeah.
And the words being physical, it can't be cut out and misstrued because they're there in hard copy. Like, no one can take a voice note and change it. It's something that Sophia can have on her shelf forever. Everyone thought I would dedicate it to her, but I dedicated it to myself prior to the diagnosis. Like, it's something that I needed to do to move through it.
Which is remarkable.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, once they have kids, that's them. And
oh, completely. And she, don't get me wrong, like, she's genuinely the only reason I'm here. Like, she's
but
genuinely.
Like, the fact that you're doing it for yourself just shows you.
I needed to do it. Yeah.
That's your drive. That's your power, regardless of everything else that you have to care for and your husband and your child. Doing it for yourself is what's going to get you through.
I needed to do it for myself. And the thing is, so many people that go through things like what I've been through, they write. They just don't have someone reaching out to publish it. Yeah. And I can definitely say that I'm privileged to have that option because it is a hard copy that's, you know, sold thousands of books.
Imagine if I tried to fucking write a book.
Yeah, you can get a really good wordsmith, darling. You can speak. Gift of the gab. There'll be no emotion.
No, it'll just make sense. To me. I'll like circle back to 3 paragraphs before. I'm like,
oh shit, 3 paragraphs ago I was sad that day.
Oh wait, going back to this story. Fuck them.
So funny, but genuinely mine does jump around like that, but it's because my brain jumps around like that. It's written in a way that I'd never read before, which is really cool, but I don't know. It was just a really necessary step in, I guess, my grief. And I feel like I don't really grieve often anymore, which is kind of cool.
Well, no, that's not cool.
Well, like, I feel like I've grieved everything that I've lost and now everything that comes my way is gaining.
But I guess also, like, grieving is also the human experience. Yeah. And
oh, sorry, I don't grieve myself. I grieve other things.
Yeah, I was going to say, surely.
I grieve, like, hurt. But I mean, like, I feel like I've gone through the motions in everything that I've lost, which I did lose a lot. Yeah. But now I feel like everything in this, like, in my story, everything that I live now is always gaining.
And I love that kind of ideology of how that outlook, because it is so easy to slip under and
completely,
and just
Well,
wither away.
I mean, literally, like scientifically, it's borrowed time. So like
Yeah.
I'm making the absolute most of it.
Exactly. But that's such a hard mindset to get into.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. But I feel like I never really, I guess the thing with, and like I obviously know a shit ton about cancer now, but the thing with cancer is that it has every intention to overcome and consume your entire being. But the minute that it overcomes or consumes your mind, you're goner.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, it has every
Yeah.
intention. But if you can stay stronger than it in your mindset and knowing that, you know, the outlook and the way that you go through things. I mean, even like having a positive mindset means that you're more likely to show up to the appointment that's going to absolutely ruin you. Like if you can keep a strong head on your shoulders, then you've got, you know, more chance of succeeding.
100%. I think the whole mental power it takes to take on a disease, take on triumph in life is so prominent, and that's what's going to get you through. And this is something I'm so passionate and big on, is that mental stability and that mental outlook to get you through. Because as you just said, as soon as you lose that,
Spiral.
You're gone. And sadly, a lot of the things that we make up in our head aren't true and aren't going to happen. And we play around with all these different scenarios and what could happen, that I think it goes back to the Stone Age. And I listened to a Mel Robbins podcast about it, how we're automatically subdued to just going into the
darkness
and going straight into, fuck, I'm going to think of the worst scenario, prepare myself for that.
Yeah.
But for you,
it's not something I've never done.
It's not something that you are doing, but I guess at times, definitely you're like, fuck, like this is the worst of the worst. Like it can't get much worse than that. So I understand how you grieving that might feel like that process is done. The process is up and down. Like,
yeah, I think in terms
linear.
of, I guess, like stability, like health wise and mindset wise, I feel like I am at a good spot. So yeah, I don't know. It's so much to deal with.
No, and I'm so incredibly proud of you.
Thanks.
For not only going through what you are, but just your outlook and what you're doing for people. You've done the book. You've shared your journey across all your socials. What is kind of the dream? What's something that you want to achieve while you have it?
I think I've kind of already started that in developing, literally writing and planning and prepping my entire own workshop or keynote or whatever you want to call it. It's more of a workshop, and delivering that to people that are of my age or similar age, or, you know, Australians in general, especially working class Australians, and delivering, I guess, a message that comes from someone that has almost the right to deliver it, to get people to take themselves seriously, to take time for themselves, to stop being too busy, to prioritize, you know, 5 freaking minutes of your week for yourself. And yeah, like I say all the time, using my voice for those that no longer have theirs, that are too scared to use theirs, that don't know that they're about to have a similar scenario. And, you know, early prevention is the way that we save lives, is the way that we reduce death. And, you know, finding patterns and noticing and taking charge of your own life is how early detection happens. So if I can instill that in one person who then, you know, instills it in 5 more, then I'm doing my job. Like if that's my job, then that's a pretty fucking cool job.
Yeah. I'm actually just so mesmerized by your resilience and how just remarkable.
It's something I'm proud of.
And
my
admirable
resilience.
it is.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I always say the word insane, but I feel like this is just like,
I am insane.
like you are insane, but you're insane, powerful woman.
Thank you.
And you're doing amazing
I also want to go on the
things.
block.
Yes.
That's something I want to do.
How can we get you on there?
I don't know.
Like, surely.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know any of the blog producers. I'm not in with them.
You and Jeremy go through a divorce after
Shit.
that.
Yeah, no, I'll do it. Yeah, I would do it with Jeremy, but my brother would be smarter. He's a builder.
Is there any way that we could help you with that? Like, is there a message that we can give to the people that are listening?
Yeah, I think it would be to well, I say it all the time, is to check in with yourself, health and friends, but I think it would be to take your health seriously. Like we genuinely have one body, one life. Like I always took that for granted. I always knew that was the case, but I never really lent into it. And I think that hearing someone that is still in their 20s that's been going through this for 4 years and knowing that it doesn't care if you're a man, a woman, if you're old, if you're young, if you're fit, if you've just had a baby, if you've just got a promotion, if you're in the best stage of your life, if you've got lots of plans, it doesn't care. Chronic illness doesn't care who you are, what you're doing and what you've been through. If you take yourself seriously and know that you're not immune and it doesn't discriminate, then you're one step ahead of it.
Yeah. I think you got to take your own advice sometimes.
What do I do? I do. I know. Practice what you preach, right?
Practice what you preach.
I'm trying. And they say that the most commonly used phrase in Australia is "she'll be right," which sounds so bogan, but it rings so many bells. It is so me. And like, I guess an example of that and something that I'm trying to get myself and other people out of. But like literally last week, my mum messaged me after a pretty hard chemo week and was like, "How are you going?" And I replied saying, "Yeah, I'll be fine." But I was high on Polexia and not getting out of bed. But like, it's just in our like nature to be like, that's not a problem that you can solve and it's not something you can fix in 10 minutes. So I just won't tell you about it. Like, it's just in our nature to shut down and keep it to ourselves. But if we can recognize it in at least ourselves, we don't have to share it maybe with the GP or a specialist, but like if we can at least recognize it in ourselves, then that's doing okay.
Yeah. And you're working on is it a workshop?
Well, yeah, it kind of is. It's called Know Your Normal, which is so great for me. Like, it's just so me.
When is it launching?
I've launched it, yeah. So I've been working. I've done 4 already. So I launched it on Monday, and I've done 4 already. Yeah, it's really, really great. And it's
where can people find it? Is it just through your Instagram? It's Katie.
Message Katie. No, at the moment I've just been in South Australia, but I'm trying to channel myself through different workplaces in Vic and New South Wales first, and then I'll try and get elsewhere as well.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of my time though, so I don't have much time for anything else.
Honestly,
Katie doesn't like that.
If you can just give us like 30 seconds of what it is, and anyone that's listening can reach out to you. Yeah. I just think it's so so valuable to anybody. So
it's a 43 to the T minute workshop, or me talking to and interacting with the people that are in the room. It's called Know Your Normal, which obviously is pretty self-explanatory, except when we say normal, we don't really know how to, I guess, elaborate on that, because everyone thinks that normal is, 5 fingers on each hand, or speaking English in Australia, or exercising for 30 minutes or a day, or sleeping 8 hours at night. That's what we know to be normal when we're growing up. Like, that's what we're taught, right? But the thing is, with each of us, like, we're all individual and everyone has their own normal, and it's recognizing our own normal and knowing, how many hours we sleep each night and making sure that's consistent. We know that if we don't have consistent sleep, then we feel like shit. We're fatigued. But if we don't have a reason for that fatigue, and, that's a consistent fatigue, then we probably need to check in on it. And I guess one of the messages that I hone in on is we can know all of these things are wrong with us, but if we don't check up with them, they get worse. Yeah. If I give you the message that, okay, you've got a sore pain in your chest today, and 2 weeks later you haven't done nothing about it, then that's on you. Yeah. That's not on the GP anymore. That's not on them for finding it too late. You found it today, and 2 weeks later you did nothing about it. That's on you. I think it's even so valuable for anybody to attend those workshops that might be at the start of their journey, or has a relative that is going through that journey. Yeah, or even if you're just a working Australian or a parent, like someone that thinks they're too busy and doesn't know how to. We all have someone that has been through it, is going through it. Yeah. We all know somebody. Yeah, and that's part of it as well. Like, I'm like, stand up if you've been touched by cancer or know someone that has, and literally everyone in the room straight away. And that's just one chronic illness. There's so many chronic illnesses. I think someone who's been through it for the last 4 years, I wish I had someone to talk to. Well, I did. But I didn't want to reach out too much. But I think it's so valuable for anybody to have someone that's already gone through not everyone has a me. Exactly. Yeah. And for you to attend the workshop, and if your GP is telling you don't need that scan, knowing to advocate. If you feel like you get that scan. Costs them nothing. Exactly. Costs you a shit ton, but it costs them nothing. Exactly.
And I just want to say, anybody that's interested in anything that Kellie's just spoken about, you can find everything on her socials or message our manager, apparently.
Katie.
Message Katie. She will sort you out.
Katie will. Well, she probably won't actually. She'll probably message me and be like, "Why the fuck are they emailing me?"
These episodes sometimes do like 900,000 views, so like she's probably gonna hate me if she gets that.
900,000. Yeah. Could you imagine her? Nah, just do Kellie at Jake the Agency. Yeah. Friday, we'll get onto it.
But thank you so much. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, this has been one of my favorite episodes.
I just feel like I've been talking to my little brother. Which is pretty concerning because that means we've got 2 cancers in the family. So you better go get checked.
Oh, shit. Sometimes I think about that and I get really scared.
Yeah. When was she diagnosed? Do you know what age she was?
My mum was 57, 56.
When she was diagnosed?
Yeah.
Okay. So you probably don't have to worry.
But she got the tumor out 7 years prior.
So you probably don't have to worry about anything till you're 40.
Yeah. My doctor told me I have, my doctor said the only good thing you got from your father was his skin.
Oh, that's good.
I'm praying on.
Yeah, I got good skin as well, luckily.
Yeah, I'm really bad for the sun. So.
Yeah, so Sophia has to get a colonoscopy at 15.
Oh, shit. But honestly, probably the best thing.
I know. She's going to be so, Anyway, that's on her, not me.
Thank you so much.
I wish I got one at 15.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Giles.
I love you so much.
Love you.
Where can they find you? Kellie Finlayson. _. Go
TikTok
find it.
and Instagram. There must be more. Buy it now.
Yes. Love you so much.
Love
Thank
you.